Good evening. It's Facebook Love number 235. It's going to be Palm Sunday on Sunday, and Passover begins when the sun goes down, which is just about any second here. It's a thoughtful time of year. I found the poem I was looking for yesterday by Sir Thomas Browne. And also, a friend of mine reminded me that 110 years ago, yesterday, was the anniversary of the shirtwaist fire in New York City, when so many female garment workers died. And one of the reasons that we have unions and worker protections was that terrible tragedy. And I just realized there's a cat in here. Do you want to go out? I should let him out. There he is. Kona, you want to go out? Okay, go ahead. All right. I don't stand up very often for Facebook Love. Still having a lot of phantom pain. Don't know about the rest of you. Not phantom pain, that's not the right term. Weird pain, unexpected pain. So at any rate, here is the poem. This dates back to the 1600s by Sir Thomas Browne. If thou couldst I'm going to start over. If thou couldst empty all thyself of self, like to a shell dishabited, then might he find thee on the ocean shelf, and say, this is not dead, and fill thee with himself instead. But thou art all replete with very thou, and hast such shrewd activity, that when he comes he says, this is a now, unto itself. 'Twere better, let it be. It is so small and full, there is no room for me. I just love that. That's what I was trying to find yesterday when I was thinking about the idea of feeling empty, sort of overwhelmed. Gosh, I've been overwhelmed a lot for a year. But the fact that we're just finishing up week 53, boy, I don't know. I don't know if you're not thinking about that. Maybe you ought to. But it's nice out, which helps. So this is a fairly long piece by Robert Pinsky called Shirt. The back, the yoke, the yardage, lapped seams, the nearly invisible stitches along the collar, turned in a sweatshop by Koreans or Malaysians, gossiping over tea and noodles on their break, or talking money or politics, while one fitted this armpiece with its overseam to the band. Of cuff I button at my wrist, the presser, the cutter, the wringer, the mangle, the needle, the union, the treadle, the bobbin, the code, the infamous blaze at the Triangle Factory in 1911. 146 died in the flames on the 9th floor. No hydrants, no fire escapes. The witness in a building across the street who watched how a young man helped a girl to step up to the windowsill, then held her out away from the masonry wall and let her drop, and then another, as if he were helping them up to enter a streetcar and not eternity. A third, before he dropped her, put her arms around his neck and kissed him. Then he held her into space and dropped her. Almost at once, He stepped to the sill himself. His jacket flared and fluttered up from his shirt as he came down, air filling up the legs of his gray trousers. Like heart cranes, bedlamite, shrill shirt ballooning. Wonderful how the pattern matches perfectly across the placket and over the twin bar-tacked corners of both pockets, like a strict rhyme or a major chord. Prints, plaids, checks, houndstooth, tattersall, madras, the clan tartans invented by mill owners, inspired by the hoax of Ossian, to control their savage Scottish workers, tamed by a fabricated heraldry, MacGregor, Bailey, McMartin, the kilt devised for workers to wear among the dusty, clattering looms, weavers, carders, spinners, the loader, the docker, the navvy, the planter, the picker, the sorter, sweating at her machine in a litter of cotton, as slaves in calico head rags sweated in fields. George Herbert, your descendant is a black lady in South Carolina. Her name is Irma, and she inspected my shirt, its color and fit and feel, and its clean smell have satisfied both her and me. We have culled its cost and quality down to the buttons of simulated bone. The buttonholes, the sizing, the facing, the characters printed in black on neckband and tail, the shape, the label, the labor, the color, the shade, the shirt. This is from a collection called The Want Bone, shirt by Robert Pinsky from 1990. Thinking about that makes me think also about the law signed by the governor in Georgia yesterday, making it harder for people to vote. Why should it be harder for anybody to vote? It doesn't make any sense. This is Facebook Love, and I'll see you again.